Welcome everyone. Today we will demonstrate step-by-step surgical technique to achieve a anatomical reduction and percutaneous pinning for distal radius fracture. Today our case is a 14-year-old boy who sustained a distal radius type 2 physeal injury with significant dorsal angulation requiring accurate reduction and stable fixation. Reduction, a simple longitudinal traction that won't easily clear the periosteal sleeve here. The key here is first to exaggerate the deformity dorsally to disengage the fragments and then apply a forceful volar angulation to guide the fracture smoothly into the place. On the fluoroscopy, you can see most of the deformity are corrected. Any residual misalignment is managed with slight volar pressure afterward. Place a folded sterile towel right under the volar aspect of the wrist. This helps to maintain the constant volar pressure, locking the reduction in the place so it cannot be displaced while pinning. For beginners, a freehand pinning can be intimidating. Try this 3D skin marking technique. First, place your K-wire over the skin in your planned AP trajectory. Once it looks perfect in the C-arm, mark the line on the skin. Now, repeat the process in the lateral view, ensuring your wire aligns right at the center of distal radius. And mark it again. Crossing these two lines give you a perfect 3D mental roadmap. Engage your K-wire at the tip of the radial styloid. Check your starting point on the C-arm in both planes. Now just advance the pin, let your AP skin mark guide your trajectory and your lateral skin mark guide your depth. While drilling, when you hit a far cortex, you'll feel a resistance. And sudden giveaway of resistance give you an idea of far cortex penetration where you stop. Once confirm about the position of radial styloid pin, next we move to the medial pin starting from the listed tubercle. I'm going to place this pin without skin marking, which we did for radial styloid. If you are a beginner, I highly recommend using a same skin marking technique for both pins. The second wire travels from dorsal to volar direction, so start at the tip of the dorsal rim and guide it laterally and volarly and cleanly cross the fracture site. Always confirm your final fixation with C-arm views in both planes. If you are satisfied with the stability and alignment, bend the K-wire and cut them close to the skin to prevent the migration and allow for easy removal later. Apply a sterile dressing and well-molded below elbow slab. This construct will provide excellent stability. We'll keep him immobilized for a month, after which you will be ready to remove the slab and start moving his wrist. If you found these technical tips useful, make sure you like, subscribe and share the video with your colleagues. Thank you for watching.